All right, fifth grade friends. Today you're going to be doing a small lesson since we aren't meeting in class and we need to continue our learning so that we can be ready for the SOL and so we can learn as many skills as we can by the end of this year to prep you for sixth grade. So today, let's take a look at our objective. You see it in the middle of this slide. It says, identify the events in sequence that lead to the resolution of the conflict. We know what the resolution of the conflict is. It's what is the end result of the story? How is the problem solved? So if we're identifying the events in sequence, we're trying to say, well, sequence means order. So what is the order of the events that led to the resolution of the conflict in the story? So if you see that note there, it says, did you know sequence means order? So we are finding the events in order that lead to the resolution of the conflict. So that is our goal for today. So now let's look at our next slide. It says, how to answer a sequence of events question. So sometimes you'll see a question like this, and you saw this on your pre-assessment. This right here is from the Magic Axe, if you remember reading this the other day. And it was about the old man and the soldiers and the daughter, and how they're followed by these soldiers and demanded to give them certain things. So anyways, the question will look like this right over here. From the Magic Axe, it says, put the events in order from beginning to end. 1 is the beginning and 5 equals end. And they'll give you different events like this, and you need to put them in order. And if you remember from our pre-assessment, you had to drag the boxes into the correct box to show which one was first, next, and then last, for example. So let's look at what we can do to answer one of these questions. First, you can read all of the options. Of course, we need to read all of the options first, the answers, so we can think, okay, what are we looking for in the text? Then we need to go back and reread the passage. As you're reading the passage here, rereading the passage, you try to locate the event. When you locate one of the events that were right here, when you locate, for example, the girl tells soldiers that they give them the magic axe, you'll think, oh, okay, well that happened, and this was first, or this was second. You highlight it in the passage. Then you label the answer. Finally, you'll repeat these steps until you find all of the answers. So let's take a look. I'm going to model this, and you're going to watch. So just like when we do this in class. So first, I need to read all of the options. Well, my options are, daughter reveals the location of the magic axe. Girl tells soldiers that they would give them the magic axe. Soldiers tell the girl and the old man that they must give them food and a place to stay. Soldiers leave to locate the magic axe. And finally, the soldier points his sword at the daughter and asks for more than she has already given them. So these events obviously aren't in order, and we need to put them in order, with 1 being the beginning and 5 being the end. So my first step is to reread our passage over here. And when I find the event, I would highlight this. I'm not able to highlight while I'm on the computer like this. Maybe I'll figure that out sometime, but you can do that. You can highlight when you're taking the test online, and you can highlight in your passage that you'll practice next. And then I will label the answer over here. So I'm looking for these events. If I need to, I can reread these again right now. But I'm going to start reading. Long ago, a wise old man lived with his daughter in a small cottage. Okay, so far that wasn't any of my events that I'm looking for. One day, 4 soldiers came to the cottage, demanding food and a place to rest. Well, I'm wondering, was that one of my events? I'll go back and check. Daughter reveals the location of the magic axe. Girl tells soldiers that they would give them the magic axe. Nope. Soldier tells the girl and the old man that they must give them food and a place to stay. Oh. Well, I think that is probably the first event. One day, 4 soldiers came to the cottage demanding food and a place to rest. So yes, that is our first event. So I'm going to, if I were reading this on a hard copy, I could highlight this here. So I would highlight one day, 4 soldiers came to the cottage demanding food and a place to rest. Then I'm going to label my answer. I'm going to start writing down right now before I forget. So there it is, number 1. So now I'm looking for my next events. continuing to read right now. The man and his daughters were poor, but they offered what they could share and space in their barn. That wasn't an event. The tallest soldier pointed his sword at the daughter. Huh, I think that was one of the events. I'm going to keep reading though. I know you must have more than this. Give us your food and your valuables, and I will let you and your father live. Okay, let's see. That's right here. So, number 2, that's our second event. I'm going to review these because I'm kind of forgetting what I'm looking for next, so I'm just going to keep checking back. Daughter reveals the location of the magic axe. Girl tells soldiers that they would give them the magic axe. I haven't read those yet. And soldiers leave to locate the magic axe. Okay, I'm just making sure that I haven't missed anything. So I'm on the 3rd paragraph. The daughter was frightened, but she stood bravely and looked carefully at the soldiers. Although they were large and fierce, they looked like fools. We truly have little to give, good sirs, she said. But what we have we will give to you. Anything at all. Even our magic axe. Oh, so she just said that they will give them the magic axe. I think that was one of my events. Daughter reveals the location of the magic axe. No. Girl tells soldiers that they would give them the magic axe. That is exactly it. So I put a 3 by this one because it was the next event. Reading on. A magic axe, thought the soldiers. They looked at one another with greed in their eyes. The tall soldier moved his sword closer to the daughter's neck and asked, What does this magic axe do? Okay. The daughter knew her answer would be the difference between life and death. It turns any wood it chops into gold. I'm afraid that my father left it, and a big pile of gold logs, in the forest on the other side of the mountain last week. Perhaps you would like to fetch it for yourselves? I think that was one of the answers I'm looking for. Daughter reveals the location of the magic axe. Yes, she just did that right here. So that is 4. I'm looking for one more event. I'm going to review what that is. Soldiers leave to locate the magic axe. Well, it hasn't happened yet, so I'm doing well. The soldier demanded directions to find the pile of gold. The girl described a route that was as dangerous as it was long. Oh, well, yep, we were right because she talked about the location before. Now she's telling the directions. So when I found that event in the story reveals the location, remember that I should be highlighting this. So I would highlight on the other side of the mountain. That would be the location of the axe. So I'm looking for where the soldiers leave. The girl described a route that was as dangerous as it was long. Then the girl and her father watched as the 4 soldiers ran off to start a new journey. Ah, there it is. Event number 5. So I would highlight this right here. Then the girl and her father watched as the 4 soldiers ran off to start a new journey. So that soldiers ran off to start a new journey would be really helpful to highlight. So I, looking over here, have found my events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am finished at this point. I can just double check to make sure I highlighted all of my different events in the story. As you see, I haven't done that here because I'm not able to with this tool, but you can do this in your story today. So let's go back to our PowerPoint and make sure we've done everything that we need to. We read all of the options, we reread the passage, and we located the events, highlighted them in the passage, then we labeled the answer by putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you may have to drag it into a box, and then we repeated those same steps with each event that we had to locate. So now it is your turn. In your folder, you have a story called The Dragon's Teeth. It's a short story, and you will read the passage and then answer the multiple choice question. Use the same steps that you saw me use. If you need to, you can watch this video again or pause this here so that you can keep these steps so you can see that you need to read the options, reread the passage, locate an event, highlight in the passage, then label the answers. And you'll repeat that until you complete the question. So when you come in tomorrow, I will check to see that you've highlighted the events in the passage and that you've labeled the answers by putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's your turn to practice. If you need to, as I said, rewatch the video or rewind just a few minutes. And now it is your time to practice. Good luck.